has been a staggering turn of events. The media, I haven't seen this many blue checks get this upset about anything since Elon Musk announced he was going to buy Twitter. They are falling apart, crazy, angry over this. Even people at NBC News, reporters at NBC News, are attacking NBC News polling. The NBC News poll is out, and it's got a data point out there that no one who listens just to the mainstream media was expecting. They're very upset about this. So Hart Research and Public Opinion Strategies does the NBC News poll. Hart Research is a highly respected Democratic polling firm. Public Opinion Strategies is one of the most respected Republican polling firms. So they do it together. They've done it for a while. And they're not happy. People aren't happy. Reporters aren't happy. Why? I'm going to give you a list. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, Democratic Party, Republican Party, United States Supreme Court, Ron DeSantis, Volodymyr Zelensky, Disney. They asked, NBC News asked, do you support? Do you oppose? Do you find them favorable? Do you find them unfavorable? 62% of Americans say Volodymyr Zelensky. They have a very favorable impression of him. Only 9% have a negative impression. The rest, they don't know who he is. 62% favorable. Ron DeSantis. He's got a 28% positive rating, but only a 26% negative rating. Most people have no opinion. Disney, 33% positive, negative 30%. The rest have no opinion. Donald Trump, 36% positive, 51% negative. Joe Biden, 37% positive, 51% negative, roughly the same. Kamala Harris, 31% positive, 48% negative. The Republican Party, 35% negative, 46% positive. 35% positive, 46% negative. The Democratic Party, 31% positive, 50% negative. The most unpopular listing in the poll is the Democratic Party. Joe Biden has a 37% favorable rating. Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party are tied for 31%. Dog turds in a flaming brown bag on your front porch poll higher than Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party. You put a flaming bag of poo on someone's front porch and they will open their door aghast and screaming and then say, oh my God, well, at least it's not a Democrat. That's how unpopular the Democratic Party is in America right now, and it has media types outraged. They're questioning the veracity of the poll. How can the Democratic Party be more unpopular than the Republican Party? The answer is that the Republican Party does not control the federal government. The Democratic Party does. And so the Democratic Party gets all of the blame. It has been a blessing for the Republicans that Joe Manchin did not convert to the Republican Party, nor did Kristen Sinema. Had they put Mitch McConnell in charge, there would be a bad guy for the Democrats to blame. Right now, the Democratic bad guy is Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson is the big bad for the Democrats. They're trying to tie him to the shooter in Buffalo. Now, Tucker Carlson the other day actually denounced racism. Tucker Carlson is not a racist. It's amazing you have to say that, but there's an orchestrated effort. And by the way, let me explain to you what's actually going on here. It is time for advertising contract renewals. And all of the major media outlets are out there trying to re-sign their contracts with advertisers. So the competitors to Fox News, with the help of the Democratic Party, are trying to organize an advertiser boycott using the shooter in Buffalo as a way to blame Fox News and Tucker Carlson and impact Fox's business. It's a full court press, even Chuck Schumer sending a letter to Murdoch, Rupert Murdoch, the owner of Fox News, blaming them for the shooting in New York, demanding they tone down their rhetoric. It's all an advertiser ploy. It's cynical. That's what it is. None of these people really believe it. They just don't like Fox News. They don't like an alternative to them. Well, now here comes NBC News and shows the Democratic Party is despised. Notice the Fox or the NBC News poll. Notice it didn't ask about the media. It did not ask whether you trust the media or not. I bet the media would somewhere be around Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party's popularity, maybe less. Zelensky, he couldn't be president of the United States. You got to be an American, born in the United States, or an American citizen at birth to be it. But my gosh, 62% popularity in the United States. This is one reason why some of the Republicans who are attacking Zelensky and the Ukrainians aren't getting much traction. It has become an issue with Madison Cawthorn's reelection in North Carolina because it turns out Zelensky and the Ukrainians are very popular. And Cawthorn's been calling him a thug, sucking up to Putin. When you control the levers of government, you tend to get the blame. We should not be surprised in any way, shape, or form. We should not be surprised that the Democrats and Kamala Harris are polling terribly. What is surprising is that Joe Biden does better. Now, he's got a 51% negative rating, which is actually higher than Kamala Harris, within the margin of error, though. But the Republican Party is more popular than the Democrats, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and less hated. In fact, the Republican Party and Donald Trump are roughly tied in favorability. 35 for the Republicans, 36 for Trump, and then Trump has 51% negative rating. The GOP only has 46%. This goes with another poll. Byron York from the Washington Examiner pointed it out the other day, that more Republicans now say they're Republicans than they are of the party of Trump. There has been a gradual shift over time. Time changes things. Events change things. It was Harold Macmillan was the British prime minister who swept into office. He was reportedly one of Queen Elizabeth's favorite prime ministers. And some reporter, young reporter, asked him what could change his popularity. And he says, events, dear boy, events. Events change things. Something wicked this way comes. Whether it gets here now or later, I don't know. But if something bad does come now and the nation rallies to Joe Biden, the Democrats may get a lifeline, but it's rather ghoulish if the Democrats are in a position of hoping for disaster that makes Joe Biden look like a leader. They should not be in that position. They did not have to be in that position. Events change things. And 2 years ago, the entirety of the American media, the press corps, the Democratic Party, and many Republicans thought, oh no, the days of the GOP are at an end. Because of Donald Trump. There are even today a bunch of people who say, you know, Kathy Barnett, she can't win in Pennsylvania. She's too fringe. I saw Donald Trump's Access Hollywood tape where he said he could grab women by their you-know-what, and he still beat Hillary Clinton. Don't say these people can't win. There are some I do believe probably can. Eric Greitens in Missouri. I think even Herschel Walker in Georgia can win. It'll just be a very tough lift for him. Kathy Barnett could win. Dr. Oz can probably win, but he's not a Republican. He's a grifter. He's a huckster. But they can win because the Democrats are the unpopular ones. You would never know that from listening to CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC, reading the New York Times, the Washington Post, even the Wall Street Journal, which tends to lean righter than the rest of them. The Republicans are the bad guy. The Republicans are the enemy. Watch the morning talk shows. Watch the morning TV shows. The Republicans are the bad guys. Watch The View, the GOP. They're terrible. The views of the media and of the Democratic Party expressed by the media are not representative of the American people. The American people go to their grocery stores and they can't find baby formula. They go to the grocery store, they can't find food. They go to the gas station and gas is ridiculously priced. And they look to Washington, and who is there in charge? Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. President of the United States Joe Biden. Vice President of the United States Kamala Harris. These are the people in charge. And we had good times until they took over. You break it, you buy it. The American people, they're just not buying what the Democrats have broken. And in November, the Democrats will have hell to pay. Events, dear boy, events. They changed for the Democrats who thought the days of the GOP were over. And now the red wave is coming.